Hello fellow mathematicians, today we're going to be solving equations with pronumerals on both sides and also dealing with brackets. So I'm just going to remind you, pronumerals are when it's a letter and it just represents an unknown value. So today what we're going to be doing is solving equations to find out what that unknown value is. The key idea for this is that you need to get your pronumeral on one side of an equation and you need to get the number on the other side. Let's get into it. So we'll just write down what this represents. 2x plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 equals, what's on this side? X plus, how many things are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is your left-hand side and this is your right-hand side. So the strategy that we use is we say, what would be easier to get rid of? Would it be easier to get rid of 1x or easier to get rid of 2x? Because that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to get rid of it by putting it on to the other side. There's lots of ways of thinking about it. But we basically are trying to get rid of one of these sort of x's on either side. So I think it would be easier to get rid of 1x. So remember there's a 1 in front of that. To get rid of this 1x, I have to take x from this side, from the right-hand side. The law of the universe says whatever I do to one side, I must do the other. So I'm going to take x from the left-hand side. And now we just work out and write down what's left. 2x, take 1x, leaves x, and you can see that that's still there, equals. So x plus 4 is on the left-hand side. 1x plus, positive 1x, take x is 0, so we don't write that. But in this case, we've got 6. So now I've got my letter all by itself, so my pronumeral on the left-hand side all by itself, but I've got a number. Now I've got to get rid of that number, so I can just have this by itself and then the numbers on the other side. So how do I get rid of the positive 4? So I use inverse operations. The opposite to adding 4 is taking 4. So if I take 4 from this side, I must take 4 from the right-hand side. Write down what's left. X is left on this side because positive 4 take 4 is 0, but we don't write that down. 6 take 4 is 2. Okay, last step is to check the answer. So I'm going to sub that back in. I don't have to write it out, but I am for you guys. So 2 times 2 plus 4 equals 8. Okay, so that's the left-hand side. 2 plus 6 equals 8. 8 equals 8. Oh my lord, that works. So now we're going to try these ones. So looking at A, this is 50 plus 2x equals 300, take 3x. So my strategy is, what's easy to get rid of? The plus 2x or minus the 3x? I know this sounds counterintuitive, but I feel like it's easier to get rid of the negative 3x because we don't like dealing with negative things in algebra. So I'm going to add 3x to this side, and whatever I do to one side, I must do the other. So I'm going to add 3x to the left-hand side. Remember, as long as you're doing the same to both sides, you're actually keeping the balance. So now we're going to work out the values. Okay, so let's look at the left-hand side. So we've got 50 plus 2x, or positive 2x plus 3x is 5x. They're gone. 300 is still there. Negative 3x plus 3x leaves 0. So I now have 50 plus 5x equals 30. I need to get the 50 on the right hand side where the numbers are. So how do I do that? I've got to take 50, because remember there's no sign in front, so it's really positive. So the opposite to adding 50 is taking 50. Law of the universe says whatever I do to one side I must do the other. So that leaves 0. Write down what's left. 5x equals 300. Take 50 is 250. Nearly done. I still haven't got x all by itself. So now this is 5 times x. The opposite to multiplying by 5 is dividing by 5. Law of the universe says whatever I do to one side I must do the other. What's left? 1x. So remember that's 1, not 0. 1x is left. 250 divided by 5 is 50. And then you can do a quick check. Put it in both sides. Remember, you can just grab your calculator out and have a go at it. 50 plus 2 times 50, that's 100, so that's 150, equals 300. Take 3 times 50, which is 150. Oh, look at that. They equal, so yes, that works, so we'll underline it. Next one, same deal. B, 9a plus 3 equals 8a plus 6, which is easier to get rid of. Well, I know if I take 8 from both sides, I'm going to get rid of it that side, and that means I'm left with 1a. So I think that's what I'm going to do. If I took 9a from this side and took 9a from that side, I would end up with negative a. You could do that, that's perfectly fine, but we're just trying to find what's easier, so we're after a strategy that's going to make our calculations easier. So I'm going to take 8a from this side. Law of the universe says whatever I do to one side I must do the other. Take 8a from that side, you're left with 6 on the right hand side. 9a take 8a is 1a, plus 3 is what's left. I need to get rid of the positive 3. So what's the opposite to adding 3? It's taking 3. That leaves 0, so I've just got a on my left hand side. 6 take 3 is 3. Now I'm going to sub it back in just to make sure. You don't have to show calculations for this, remember, it's just a quick check. 9 times 3 is 9 3s 27, plus 3 equals 30. Well, we've got 8 times 3 is 24, plus 6 equals 30. Oh, look at that, 30 equals 30. Yes, that works, so it's right. Can check the answers if we have them. Okay, what happens when we have brackets? So here this is really 2 take x in each of those brackets. So this is, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3. So this is 3, 2 take x equals, now I have negative 1 here times whatever outside the bracket. What's outside the bracket? 1, 2x minus 1. And I have 2 of them, so it's actually minus 2. I'll fix that up, that looks terrible. I've got 1, 2, so I've got minus 2 and then the bracket. So this is what it looks like. If we used our algebra tiles, we'd be able to calculate it by using our negating rules, but that's fine. When we have something like this, the first step that we do is we expand the brackets. Now we spent a lot of time on this in term 1. So what you do is whatever's outside the brackets, you multiply by what's in the brackets. Now the strategy I tried to get you to do was you do the arrow and write the answer. 3 times 2 is 6. And then you go 3 times negative 1x is negative 3x. So that's that done. Now I'm looking at the right hand side. So the strategy is when you write the arrows, when you do the calculation, negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. A negative 2 times negative 1, so a negative times a negative gives you a positive. 2 times 1 is 2. And now we solve like we were doing before. So the next step is asking yourself, what's easier to get rid of? Which x is easier to get rid of? Negative 4x or negative 3x? So for the same reason that I was saying before, I like to deal with positives. So I'm going to add 4x to this side. Law of the universe says whatever I do to one side, I must do the other. So here that leaves 1x. So I write down what's left. 6 plus 1x equals, this leaves 0 plus 2. So see how that's plus 2? That's what's left over. So how do I get x by itself? So now I'm trying to get x by itself. I've got to get rid of this. How do I get rid of the 6? Now remember there's no sign in front, so it's plus 6. So you've got to take 6 from both sides. That leaves 0 there, so I'm left with x equals 2 take 6 is negative 4. Yes, you can have negative numbers. Yes, you can have fractions. Yes, you can have decimals. So it's all those things. Again, check your answer. Just put it in your calculator. Let's move on to the next one. So again, the first step is expand the brackets. Don't think about it, just do it. Here we go. 5 plus 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 equals 7. Okay, now collect your like terms. Remember my strategy for like terms. So I'm just looking at the left hand side. I'm not interested, again, I'm not interested in this yet. I've got to simplify this other side, or the left hand side. 5 take 2 is 3 plus 2x equals 7. Okay, now I've got to get the x's by itself, so I've got to take 3 from both sides. What's left? See how it's very repetitive? 7 take 3 is 4. Have I finished? That would be no, because I've still got 2 times x. What's the opposite to times? Or inverse of times is divide by 2. Law of the universe says whatever I do to one side, I must do the other. Write down what's left. 1x, remember 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then you can check your answer. This one, expand your brackets first. So the first step is expand your brackets. 3 times 3a is 9a. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 4a is 8a. 2 times 3 is 6. This looks very familiar, doesn't it? What will we do? This is the same problem that we did before. So now I'm going to take this opportunity to show you it doesn't matter which one I take away. So before I took away the 8a, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away 9a. So take 9a from both sides. You're left with 0 plus 3, so I don't need that, equals 8 apples take 9 apples is negative a plus 6. Okay, so now I need to get rid of the plus 6, so I've got to take 6 from both sides. Negative 6, negative 6. So I end up with negative 3 equals negative a. So to get rid of that negative, in this case it's the same as negative 1 times a. So to get rid of the negative 1, it can either multiply by negative 1 or divide by negative 1, whatever the law of the universe says whatever I do to one side I must do the other. So I'm going to get 3 equals a. If you have a quick look at the answers above, you'll see that we got exactly the same answer. So remember, the best way to learn maths is to do maths, so have a go.